Hey there, it's Cheryl with Sew Glue and Cheryl too. I'm gonna give it just a minute and I'm gonna get myself logged in. But if you see the red live button, you've caught me live. If you're watching the replay, there will be no live button, but you can hashtag replay in the comments. And that is, if you cannot hear, Brandy. Hey there. She heard me in here and I have the door closed. So she decided that she was going to bark because she didn't know I was in here. Come on in if you're, let me know, chat with me and let me know that you're here and watching. I just decided to go live for a little bit, was having a little bit of crafting withdrawals. Well, hello, Sue. Welcome in. Did you have a good Christmas and enjoy celebrating baby Jesus's birth? Thank you for all the hearts, and hopefully I don't know if I have enough followers to be able to get like the hearts or the thumbs ups yet. I don't know. Do you guys see on your side? Hi, Chris. Yes, perfect timing. Come on in. I was just telling, I'm so glad. I'm glad that you had an amazing Christmas. Ours was nice and quiet. I was just relieved to have the graduation done and be able to kind of do a little bit of relaxing. It was just me, my husband, and my son for Christmas. And so I was ready to chill out because I think I was maxed out with graduation and everything. So, yes, you guys can do the hearts and the thumbs. Thank you for letting me know because you just don't know on the other side. So thank you for all of those. I appreciate that. Say yours was quiet. Good. Yeah, I needed a little bit of downtime. But I realized about one day is enough downtime for me because I felt like I felt like I was missing out on something. And that's when I realized, it's my crafting. Oh, hi, Melanie. Welcome in. Yes, you finally caught me live. I know it's a little crazy. So I was having crafting withdrawals, and so I decided that I was going to go ahead and come on live. I know you guys are going to tell me I'm obsessive compulsive, but I took all of the Christmas stuff down today. Yes, it's only the 26th. But I did it this morning because I had to be up to go to the DMV early because we sold one of my my father had kind of gifted for $1 us an old 1980s Suzuki moped, and it has been sitting in our garage for 4 years, and it was supposed to be a project that my husband was going to work on, and he never worked on it, never got to it. So we agreed that it was time to kind of clear it out of the garage. So I sold it yesterday. Well, we had to go to the DMV to change the title today, over to the person that we sold it to. Yeah. Oh, yours is coming down too? So I'm not so crazy. I took it down because our house is so small. And right now we don't have a skinny tree. We have just one of those normal size trees, and it takes up a lot of space in our living room. And so I took it down, but I also do it purposefully because my birthday is on the 31st and my son's is on the 1st. Well, growing up, I probably told you guys, and if I'm repeating the story, tell me, but growing up, I hated having my birthday on New Year's Eve. Nobody ever could celebrate. No friends of mine were ever available to celebrate my birthday. And it was never really my birthday because the Christmas tree was up. Everything was up, and my birthday presents were wrapped in Christmas wrap. So I finally got the guts to tell my parents at the age of 18 that I was, it didn't feel like it was my birthday because I didn't get birthday wrap paper. I felt like they were taking my Christmas presents, setting them aside, and then giving them to me in my birthday. So I never really got that. And I'm the only one in my family, in my immediate family, when I was growing up, that had a birthday at that time of the year. So my parents really didn't think about it. My sisters, both birthdays are in the summer. So Melanie, you're in the car and you're on your way to San Antonio to visit your daughter. Oh, well, be safe. Your grandchildren and I guess they're more like grandbabies, I guess, huh? Hi, Diana. Thank you for coming in. But yeah, so I took down all of the Christmas stuff because I've made it a habit when my son was born to make sure all of the Christmas stuff was down and that his birthday presents are wrapped in birthday wrapping paper. And I think it was probably something that was secondary to my mom. She didn't really think about it. And she says to this day that she did not, set aside any Christmas presents that would be my birthday presents. Thank you, Melanie, for sprinkling. I appreciate that. I hope your husband's driving and not you, and you're enjoying my video while you're going down the road. But so one of the things I think my husband heard, either because, my craft room is not far from the kitchen, is that I was talking about my paintbrushes and how bad they were, but I was still using them until I couldn't use them anymore. And unfortunately, that's probably the frugal in me, but he bought me like double the batches of, for Christmas paintbrushes. So I don't have to complain about paintbrushes anymore. In doing so, I have actually, because he has purchased, I have 2 of these. They're just the mason jars with the wide mouth with paintbrushes in them. And now with the new paintbrushes, I'm kind of outgrowing. So I thought I would make my tin into my own paintbrush tool thing. Well, hi, Angela. I thought you were live. I had just caught like the end of or at least what I thought was going to be your live. But thank you for coming in. For Christmas, I got extra paintbrushes because apparently my husband didn't want to hear me complaining anymore about online paintbrushes. So instead of adding a 4th mason jar, wide mouth mason jar, I thought, well, I could take my tin and make it and put all of it into one, and then I just have one thing sitting on my table instead of 4. So we're gonna do that. But I went and I created a couple little it says Cheryl's Crafting Tools, and little labels to go on each side of my tin can. I have like a zillion of these tin cans, so I've got to find creative ways to use them, right? Yeah, right. Thanks, Sue. And so what I thought I would do is I have these purple napkins from the $1.25. I bought them from Dollar Tree last spring, I think, because that's when I saw those. And and I like purple. Purples, I mean, I don't have pink and blue have a tendency to be but I thought I would kind of give the outside of the tin a little bit of a white paint. Then I would decoupage the napkin onto it and then put my labels onto it. And I'm super excited. The reason that we sold the moped was so that we can make room, because my husband bought me a saw. And it is a, not a jigsaw, but, oh, I'm doing a brain dead on what the type of saw it is. But, so Melanie, purple is your favorite color? I like purple too. Pink and blue are like my first number ones, but then purple's kind of right behind it. I like all colors of the rainbow, pretty much. Not a jigsaw, not a skill saw. But anyway, I got a saw where I can actually cut wood pieces out. Yeah, scroll saw. Thank you, Melanie. I got live brain at the moment. I'm so sorry. Scroll saw. Because I asked for a scroll saw because I wanted to be able to cut out different shapes of wood. And he needs it for his, because he's a handyman, so he needs it as well. So he bought it kind of for me, but then he can use it. Well, with that scooter taking up so much space in the garage, I had no place to set up the scroll saw, so I ended up selling it. And that's why this morning I was up early going to DMV to work on transferring the title, so that the person that had purchased it will be able to get the title for it. So we went through and did that this morning, and then my husband left to go work at a lady's house for his handyman business. And I decided to take down Christmas. And my son was like, "Oh, Christmas is over." I'm like, "I take it down for you." Yes, live brain is real. I laughed every time. And I am just using white acrylic paint. It is the Crafters Collection white acrylic paint. It's just something that I buy at Hobby Lobby in like that size, because I use a lot of it. But I'm just going to go over the outside of the tin can with white, so that when I put the purple napkin over it, that of course it won't show through. Watch your ears. I'm going to dry one section of the paint because I am terribly, terribly messy, hence the apron. I get it all over me, so I'm going to try to dry it before I get it all over me today. So hopefully we talked about using or getting like a workbench so that I can put the scroll saw on, and or he said possibly he could build me a workbench. So it depends upon his time. But I was super excited to get the scroll saw. Yeah, I do too. And it doesn't take a lot to cover with the acrylic paints. And it's almost like I'm a kid in a candy store when I go to Hobby Lobby. I know most of us are. We can't help ourselves when we go to, and I had to go, so we have another brand crafting house here, but I only go there because I am going to be crafting with my girlfriends tomorrow, and I needed some, I don't have it here, but I am going to be working on some more of the scrapbook pages for my son's scrapbook, because I really need to get it done. I mean, he's graduated college, and I'm still doing some of his grade school stuff. So I need to get that double. So I just use the Tambo double stick tape, and they are charging an arm and a leg for that now. So, and it's called Craft Warehouse, but I can't. They don't. Our Michael's is like a smaller store, so they don't carry half the stuff that I'm gonna blow dry some of the white paint again. So they don't carry half of the stuff that Hobby Lobby and Craft, and I don't know why, because you think that they would in order to kind of compete against Craft Warehouse and Hobby Lobby, but I don't know. I don't get it. But the only place I can find that Tombow double-sided tape for scrapbooking is at Craft Warehouse. Well, they're charging $16.99 for a 3-pack of refills for the double stick tape. And I am like, that is crazy. Yeah, you're behind on your scrapbooks too. Yeah, well, because he graduated Saturday. And we did a graduation party and everything for him. And we had family come into town, which we love always having them here. But just trying to prepare for the graduation and having it be so close to Christmas was just super stressful. But now that we're past that, and now he's graduated, and he just got the notification that the class that he didn't care for the most, he had a paper that was due Sunday after he graduated. I'm like, really? But it was due, and so he had finished it early before graduation, and then his professor accepted the paper, and he got like an A on the paper. So, and that was the only class that he felt like he was worried about not passing before he graduated. And so anyway, he's done. He's relieved. And now it's after the holidays, he'll start doing the job hunt. I mean, he's been kind of job hunting, but not seriously, because when you're trying to get finals done and get graduated, you know, all of those things are challenges. So I'm just going to dry the last part of this white, and then we can start putting the purple napkin on the tin can. Yes, thank you. I'll let him know that you guys tell him congratulations. He is super, super excited. We are too, because God blessed us with the means to be able to pay for his college along the way. And so we did, because both my husband and I came out of college with some pretty significant debt, and we didn't want him to have to be saddled with that kind of debt. And it was pretty stressful too, because you're looking for a job, and you have like so much time before your student loans kick in, and we just didn't want him to have that. He can use his money to like buy a house and build a life. So I'm just cleaning off the top of my cap so that it will close. Well, maybe it will. Okay. There we go. Okay, so this is dry. All right. See, I don't know how I do it, but I manage to stick my fingers in it every time. Okay. Let me get the white paint. Okay. So I am going to, I've already kind of measured the napkin, and this is just from the Dollar Tree, and it's, so what I did was I kind of measured it so that it would go around. I know I'm going to need a second piece because it won't go all the way around, but what I can do is start by Mod Podging, and then I can, oh, there's one spot that was wet. Oh, I see a couple spots that are wet. Let me dry them, because it won't help if I put the Mod Podge over it. So I'm gonna put the napkin around it to kind of cover the whole tin can, and then I've got a couple labels that I created just with Canva. I am in Boise, Idaho. That's where I'm from. So, but anyway, so I printed these on rice paper. Yes, believe it or not, pinch yourself. Cheryl was not lazy. She actually got the rice paper out, and I printed them on rice paper. But it just says Cheryl's Crafting Tools, and it has some art, so I wanted something fun. And I think once I do this, the can is super tall, so some of it, like my, are gonna be like barely sticking out. So what I ended up doing is I found some styrofoam, and I traced, I don't know if you can see it, but I traced around the bottom of the can. So what I'm going to do is, and I realized I don't have a knife in here to cut it, so I'm going to have to take it out to the kitchen and cut it after we're done. Hi, Janet. Welcome in. Thank you for sprinkling. I appreciate it. But yeah, so I think I'm going to put one or possibly two of those styrofoam rounds inside to keep things from falling all the way down to the bottom of the can, because the can is so tall. And I don't know, I'm just trying to think outside the box, use the stuff that I have, instead of having to, and I didn't want to necessarily use floral foam in here, because I can use my floral foam elsewhere. And I just had that extra styrofoam from some packing that we had from, I don't remember, and it wasn't for Christmas. It was for something else that came, and I grabbed it up, like all crafters do. We grab up stuff because we think we can use it. Well, I fell prey to that too. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, let me grab, oh, here's my Mod Podge. So I've just got my grungy Mod Podge. Let me find a brush. Where did my brush go? Oh, there. Okay. So I'm just going to use the wet method on the Mod Podge, and just kind of work my way around the can real quick. And maybe tomorrow, if, I think when I asked her last time, she said, sure, she'd be okay with us going live. We might go live, for a little while. I'm going to start working on the scrapbooks, because I really feel like I need to get those done, because once I get them done, then I can, maybe get them out of my craft room. That would be a novel idea. because I don't know, you guys can't see it, but I have like shelves back here, and one entire shelf is taken up with all of his stuff. I saved stuff for him when he was going to grade school. I saved some of his homework. Yeah, he's my only child, and that's probably why I saved it, but okay. So that, and let me show you. So it's just kind of laying it on, and as I'm rolling the round, and I showed my husband, I think you can buy them. Somebody sells them, but I showed my husband that thing that is wood that somebody makes, and it's just kind of narrow, and it holds your round things so that they don't roll all over your table. Well, my husband is handyman, of course, and so he thinks that he can probably make one of those for me. So in the future, when I work on cans, so it's going to be in line with possibly the table for my scroll saw. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. It's like crazy. It's like busy. Every time I turn around, there's something we've got to do. We've got to be here. And and we've got reservations so one of the things that we do for birthdays is the birthday person gets to choose where they want to go for their birthday. And my favorite is a Japanese steakhouse. That's one of my favorites. And so and it's always a special thing because we don't ever get to really go there any other time. So I chose the Japanese steakhouse at the Hibachi Grill. So on the Hibachi Grill, if you don't know what it is, it's just a flat grill, and it's in the center of a table, and they cook rice and vegetables and like your choice of meat if you want. And I always get salmon and filet mignon for so that's we made reservations on New Year's Eve to celebrate my birthday there. And then my son decided he wanted to go to a restaurant called Kona Grill, which is in one of our newer shopping centers. I don't know. I know that they have them restaurants elsewhere, but maybe not where you're at. But yes, but we don't get to do it so very often. So I am looking forward to it. Let's put it that way. And then Kona Grill has like a variety of things. They have seafood and things like that, but they also have, I think, some Mexican style dishes. So it's like a variety of things that he decided that he wanted to go, and he has to work earlier in the day, so we made reservations for like 8:30 at night because he won't be home until my son he referees. So he referees junior high as well as high school basketball, boys and girls games. And so they're having a tournament on that weekend, I guess. And so he's going to work to make a little bit of extra money. until he can find a full-time job. But he's really good at refereeing, so I imagine he'll probably continue to do that even though he gets a full-time job, because he enjoys it. Not only that, but it gives him a form of exercise. Okay, so now I'm just working on finishing putting this napkin around. And I'll have to get out. Then I got a few wrinkles, but let's grab my handy dandy plastic bag and try to smooth out some of the, because there are some air bubbles, but it's like, I think it's just because I didn't push it all the way down when I was rolling the can. So I'm just kind of patting it down to get the rest of the, oh yeah, little air pockets. And I think I didn't do a great job, but I can sand that off with my gator. All right, so let me, I have, is it, nope, that's not tall enough. Can I go this way? And will you know the difference? No, you won't. You won't know the difference. Okay. That will, I just ripped the napkin because my fat thumb. But I don't think you're going to be able to tell because I can patch it up pretty easily. All right, so let me see if I can get the napkin separated real quick. The first one was easy to separate. And this is the same piece, it's just there we go. Just got to get it. There we go. Had a little Mod Podge on my finger. I was able to kind of get the paper napkin to separate. Okay. All right, I'm going to save it. I probably don't need to save it, but I'm going to save it because you never know when you might need it or can craft with it. Okay, so I'm going to put the last of my... So did everybody have a happy Christmas and enjoy celebrating Christ's birth? We started a new tradition. One of the things that my son was talking about, because yes, even as a child, when he was young, we celebrated it as, Christ's birthday. But then when he started to go to school, he came home one day from school and asked about Santa Claus. And we didn't want to break his heart because he was super excited because I don't remember what they had Santa Claus visit their school or something one day. I don't remember. It was such a long time ago. But so my husband and I decided to keep that alive for him for a little while until he, of course, figured out that he wasn't real. But we kind of helped smooth it over with the fact that Santa Claus wasn't real. And so we didn't have like a big, huge disappointment. time for him. But what our new tradition is that we decided to, on Christmas Eve, bake a cake together as a family. So we baked a cake and decorated it for baby Jesus. And on Christmas Day, then we celebrated baby Jesus' birthday. Wonderful. I'm so glad. But I think one of the things that, and I'm not going to read too much into it, but he has a lot of friends that are married. And he was asking them how they celebrate Christmas and how they handle Santa Claus. And so we talked about it. And now that he's older, he's adult, I thought it might be nice if we did that. Then eventually, if we have grandkids, that it would be something that we could pass on to the grandkids. Because I think he's just curious, and he's at that age where he's starting to think about what life might be like, having a family. So I am just drying the tin can real quick, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the gator, and a lot of times when I do that and I don't have the napkin dry, I end up tearing it, and so try to make sure that it's feeling pretty dry. Yeah. Okay. And I know you might want to mute if this causes you the heebie-jeebies. Just going to go around the top edge of the can, because I just kind of eyeballed it. I did not measure when I cut the napkin, which I only measure like if I'm really trying to be precise with like junk journaling or something. Okay. Voila. Okay. And I need to reseal. There's a little bit of an edge that's coming up. And then what I will do, because didn't want to, okay. All right. Watch your ears real quick. So does anybody have, besides us, we have birthdays, so we don't usually celebrate New Year's, but anybody else have big plans? So you got new kittens, like plural? You got several kittens? Wow, Melanie. You bake cookies and had ribs and steak. Oh, yum. That sounds good too. Just talking about food's making me hungry. We, our microwave died. I would say, yeah. I think we're coming up on about 2 weeks now. No planes. Yeah. Oh, no plans. Oh, you don't have any plans. Okay. Yeah. I go to bed early. But then, you know, we go out to dinner and we like have the full bellies, and we come home and we just chill out until it's time to, and I don't stay up. I'm like, I'm getting too old for that. Hi, Kim. Kwanzaa meal on New Year's with the movie. It was requested that we bake lots of cookies the day before. Oh, wow. Well, that'll be fun. So 2 kittens 2 weeks ago from a shelter. Oh, well, good for you. And they're 8 months old. Oh, so, well, they're at the fun age. 8 months old. And so I'm assuming you have to kind of train them, like box train them and all that stuff. Hi, Kim. Yes. Thank you for coming in. I know you're busy today. So here we are. I got the tin can. And now I think what I'm going to do, let's see what it looks like if I... So this is on rice paper. And I think, I don't know, if I Mod Podge it on, trying to decide, will my purple show through my label? I don't think it's going to be too bad. I don't think I'm going to have to paint the back of it white. I think I can, because I think there might be just down here at the bottom, you can see some of the purple coming through. But I think otherwise, my label and the art brushes, I think it's going to be okay. So I think I'll do one on one side, and then one on the other, and then my new paintbrushes will have a new home. So I'm just gonna Mod Podge the back of my my little artwork that I created. And we'll glue her on, and then I'll probably, I don't know if I'll use this I created a cinnamon can, and I stuck my cinnamon brush right back into the middle of my Mod Podge. So I've got like polluted Mod Podge. So don't do what I do. I was too lazy. Just gonna admit it. I was too lazy to try to dig out a paper plate or a cup or something to put my Mod Podge in when I was doing my cinnamon can. Okay, so let me make sure that it's centered and get my okay. So I'm just going to smooth out the air bubbles. It's showing up a little bit, but it's not bad. I'm not mad at that. Okay, there's one side. And let's see. I want to do it right over here. Let me get that out of the way. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Sue. I appreciate that. Yeah. You never know. You never know. Sometimes when you wet or you put the glue, the Mod Podge on the rice paper, sometimes it makes the rice paper translucent, but It doesn't seem to be showing through too terribly, so I think I'm okay with it. And I'm gonna, try to not tear my paper and stick the Mod Podge all over the back of this one and see if we can't get it lined up. Okay, so, all right. Get my plastic back. And all right. Is everybody else? I know Sue is planning on taking her Christmas decorations down. Okay, so I've got, yeah, and you can see it just a little bit, but it's not bad. So, and I got it on both sides. And then I think what I will do is I do have the Decoupage Medium, the triple thick Duraclear, which is a great sealant. It's 2 parts triple thick, and I just labeled it because I mixed it into a jar. 2 parts triple thick, 1 part Duraclear. And it's great for like sealing things. It gives things a high gloss, and I think what it'll do is it'll protect it, especially with as rough as I am on my crafting table. So I'll seal it all up. Let's see. Let me see if I can clean out my soft brush that I was using for the white. And then what I can do is it'll just be faster. Bigger paintbrush, faster. Because what I want to try to do is try to keep my live time at a minimum. You're going to take everything down after you get back from Texas? Yeah. Well, and I imagine that it's... So, do you have, like, the kitty cats in your car, too? Or that you're traveling down to your daughter's, Melanie? Or did you leave your kitty cats at home and somebody's taking care of them? Are you going to make them travel kitty cats? My dogs love to travel with us. So we have an RV, and my husband wants to trade it in. So it's like a gas rig right now. And it's a Class A. So it's one of the bigger ones, and it's, you drive down the road and you can go to the bathroom at the same time kind of thing, which is super cool. I love that. The only challenge is that you have to like tow a vehicle or something, either that, or you have to, if you're in a place where they have the Uber, you can Uber wherever you need to go. But, we take the dogs with us if we can, where we can, because, my father-in-law's dog, Brandy, that we, adopted a couple years ago after he had passed, has a lot of separation issues. Oh, so you have 2 adult kids at home, so the kittens are with them. Okay. I got it. Well, that's nice. So I am just going to go over just with a single coat of this triple thick Duraclear to just seal it and protect, I think, the napkin and the clip art that I made, because, and it's going to give it like a high gloss finish too, which I really like. So I'm just going to go over this real quick. And then we'll show you what it looks like. But I'm going to, let me dry this section of the can. So watch your ears if you have earbuds in. So I am super excited about getting out the scroll saw. So hopefully here in the near future, so Monday I have an event. I am going to be with the formerly known as Sensational Creations event group is now going to be called Craft Events by Julie. And so what we're going to do is we have an event on Monday, and at 5 p.m. Central Time, I will be crafting, and I'm hoping if I can get the scroll saw set up before then, maybe I'll have some pieces of wood to craft with. If not, I've got a secondary plan. It's crafter's choice on Monday, so I can pick whatever I want to do. All right, so you can start to see it's, well, maybe not, you can't see, but there's a high gloss on that. So if you guys can't see it, take my word for it. It's pretty glossy. Yes, I know. I love Julie too, and it's unfortunate what's happened. So if you haven't heard, so her personal page, her business page was jeopardized. And so that took out the Sensational Creations group, and it also took out her business page. So she can still go live. She can go live on her personal page. So she's going to do events off of her personal page, which is fantastic. But her new business page, if you aren't already following her, is called Julie's Wood Kits and More. So we're just working on trying to help her get her following back. And so if you have a lot of friends, we just ask that maybe you can help get her numbers, because she has to start all over again. She has to do the same thing I had to do when I first started, was to get the 100 followers and then wait 60 days to go live on the business page. So we're just trying to help her get her 100 followers quickly, so that then all it is just a matter of waiting the 60 days to be able to go live on her business page. But in the meantime, we are still operating in the Sensational Creations group. It's just going to now be called, and you can join that group too. You won't see us live there yet, because that is also a group that's tied to her business page. And so that group will be able to go live in the 60 days as well. So we are appearing on Crafting Creative Treasures group for the time being. So if you haven't already joined that particular group, both groups are free, and you can join them so you can see a variety of different crafters. Okay, so I think, let me go around and try to dry this. Watch your ears. I'm gonna dry it, and then we'll show you one last time, and then we'll convene, because then I have to go out to the kitchen and get a knife to cut the styrofoam. And I'll probably put 1 or 2 layers of that styrofoam in the bottom of it to keep the brushes up, and then I can graduate and maybe make a little bit of room on my table for all these extra containers that I have of stuff. You know, all of this stuff. That's my mug with all my scissors in it, and I have a couple others with the paintbrushes in it, so it should fill this tin can nicely, and it might give me a little bit of space back on my crafting table. You never know. Okay. I think. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna make sure I've got it. Yep, got her dry. So this is, I got it, and I just kind of, so I did the purple napkin on the outside first. So I painted the tin can, put white so that it will show through. You have a small issue with all of the small tools. Yeah. Let's see. It also brightens the color of your paper when you coat it with. Oh, yeah, yes, it does. Oh, and you can see the gloss where the light's reflecting off of it, but it did really, truly did brighten the paper. And it brightened the napkin. So it's glossy. It's protected now. So if, messy crafter here, I can protect it so that if I knock something over or spill it. So yes, I have enough little tools. I have 2 pairs of clipper, we got all the things. We've got our knives. I've got this if I don't want to burn myself with the hot glue. I've got my yeah. It's like that, and I can't even fit it back into that little cup that's holding just the scissors and those tools. Then I got the paintbrushes and all that stuff. I'm gonna put that back. All right. Do we have any prayers today? Is there any prayer requests? Because I would like to, if there's any prayer requests, Melanie, I will be praying for safe travels for you. I can pack up the no prayer requests today. Is everybody healthy on your family, Chris? Travel, yes. So how many hours does it take you to drive from where you live down to San Antonio? I love San Antonio, by the way. It's one of my favorite places in Texas. My particularly favorite thing to do is to go to the mercado, or is that how the word they use? It's the market. It's the Spanish market. I love it. I could spend hours going through. Hi, Mom. So everybody, meet my mom, Joyce King. She said that they just got home from the grocery store. And I will pray for my Uncle Floyd. My Uncle Floyd has pneumonia. He has been battling cancer, and I think that he has managed to be diagnosed as in remission for cancer. I can't remember if it was pancreatic cancer. What was it, Mom? And then now, but he's lost like a lot of weight. He's pretty slender. And then he just found out that he has pneumonia. So you have a 15-hour drive. Oh my gosh. For the first day, and then 5 hours on the second day. Wow. That's a long drive. Yes. Thanks, Melanie. Okay. So, if there aren't any others prayer requests, then let's all pray. Making sure because I know that there's a little bit of a delay. I want to give it just a second to make sure there isn't somebody else coming on with a prayer request. Okay. All right, let's bow our heads. Oh, dear Lord, we give you the thanks for the opportunity to come together and be a community within this crafting arena, Lord. And we thank you for the gifts that you give us in the skills to be able to craft and be able to have and build such wonderful friendships that we have here in this crafting community, Lord. And I just ask that you be with Melanie and her husband as they are traveling a long distance to see their family, Lord. And we just ask that you give them a hedge of protection surrounding them so that no evil befalls them in their travels, Lord. And we keep them safe in their second half of their travels as well tomorrow, Lord, so that they can meet their family safely. And just gonna pray it early, but we're gonna ask for you to give them that hedge of protection when they have to travel and return back to their home, Lord. We just ask for safety surrounding them, Lord. Lord, and we just ask for a healing, your healing hands to be laid on my Uncle Floyd, who is suffering with pneumonia at this moment and will likely be hospitalized due to it, Lord. And we just ask that you lay your healing hands on him, and we just ask that you bless him so that he can heal quickly and return home to be with his family, Lord. Especially at the holidays, it's a particularly difficult time to be in the hospital, Lord. And we just ask that you be with each and every other person that is on this live today, watching and participating and listening to me pray over them, Lord. And we just ask that you bless each and every one, meet them where they need their needs met, Lord. And we just ask this in your name, we pray. Amen. Northwest Indiana. Oh, yes, that is a long drive. So my mom and my dad and my two sisters still live in Illinois. So, are you up by North Bend? Or, not North Bend, South Bend, Indiana, where Notre Dame is. Is that kind of the area that you live in, being that that's Northwest Indiana? That's as northwest as I know. So we grew up. Absolutely. You are welcome, my friend. Yes, please. I would appreciate that, to keep my Uncle Floyd in your prayers. We're really praying that he comes through, after having a depleted, fighting cancer and having a depleted, immunity. Pneumonia is a real problem. So we hope that he builds his immunity back up. But 45 minutes southwest of South Bend. Oh, okay. So my parents live in Illinois, and they live in the Peoria area, which is about 4 hours from you south. But one state over. So they live in Peoria area. They're about 20 minutes west of Peoria. Kind of on your way to the Quad Cities. If you know where that is. You may not know. Quad Cities is like 4 cities that come together: Des Moines, Moline. I forgot all of the names of the towns, but anyway, there's 4 of them that come together at kind of like the border of Iowa and Illinois. And so sometimes you often have to drive through them to get like to Nebraska. Yeah. But oh, you know where Peoria's at. Awesome. Yeah, so I grew up in that area. And my family, so my mom and dad still live there. My sister, one of my sisters lives there still. And then my youngest sister lives south in Quincy, Illinois. So, but, all right. Well, I wish everyone a wonderful post-Christmas holiday and a happy New Year's. I will be live again on Monday at 5 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Mountain, of course, 6 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to join me again, I will be with that. But that is a part of the former Sensational Creations event group, now Craft Events by Julie. And so if you haven't already, go join her group, follow her page, Julie's Wood Kits and More, so we can help get her on her, get closer to her lives, get her 100 people, and then get her on her lives. But we will be showing up in the Crafting Creative Treasures group. Mountain Mama's Wreath, I think that's her group. And so she is hosting us for the next several weeks until her page, Julie's page, is able to go live again. So I want to thank you guys. I want you to just be blessed. And I just ask that you do something good for somebody else. And hopefully it'll come back tenfold. But do something to bless somebody else in your path. So in the meantime, until Monday, so I probably won't be live this weekend, but I'll be live on Monday, and I wish everybody a wonderful, wonderful evening, and God bless.